Ba ba da ba 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 ba. Hello, everyone, and welcome to yet another exciting chapter of A Tale D20 presents Descent into the Void Campaign 2, where 5 friends journey together to tell a story of mythic proportion. So, we are back. We are back. The group is back. Yes. We have a full team today, and what an exciting session we have in store for you guys today.
There's 6 of us. My cat's here, actually.
Oh,
He's
of
here to
course.
help. Jeez. Hi, bud.
The familiar pops up, of course. But I hope we've been how have we all been enjoying break? Declan, anything good going on? How's your break been?
No, I'm back to work tomorrow, and I'm sad, so I'm just gonna be quiet now. No, I'm good. I just spent the week decorating my house, which is the stupidest thing I've ever said. Sorry.
No.
No,
Making your
we
house
love
nice
that.
rules. I love that for you.
Oh,
Are
I
you
hate
kidding
it.
me?
Sorry, I should have added that in there. I find it absolutely boring and just
Oh.
awful. So if anybody wants to come to my house and do that, I am.
If you
up
buy
for
me a
it.
plane ticket, I will do that. I'm kidding.
How do you feel about being packaged and shipped via DHL?
You know what? I've
Honestly, I
traveled.
think the shipping will be just as much.
I've traveled
Yeah,
worse
good point.
ways, to be real.
Just
Like,
put holes in the box, and you're good.
yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. But as you can see, we have a brand new overlay that we got done. It's fantastic. So welcome to this dark, schooly feel world that we have around us. So it should be very exciting. I really do like how it came out. So awesome. We worked really hard on that. So kudos. But before we begin, some brief announcements. First, let's take a little sip.
Are we sponsored by that drink company? Like, what was that? You were like, let's take a... Like, Jesus. What was that?
We have a hydration redeem. I was thinking.
Sorry. I didn't.
What are you
Cool,
sipping
refreshing
on there?
taste.
I didn't notice. Okay. Brought to you by a hydration request. I thought you were gonna start saying like Sierra Mist or whatever.
Thank you, Zach,
Smart water.
for the hydration request.
Smart water.
You're welcome.
That was LaCroix.
Oh, that's right. I forgot. Which time?
How dare you know?
Right.
Some announcements, yes, but we do have sponsors. So starting off with our favorite virtual tabletop. So Travis, if you wouldn't mind.
All right. So Fantasy Grounds is our sponsor today. Please check out our links below. And for when you want to dive into a world where your imagination knows no bounds and experience tabletop gaming like never before with Fantasy Grounds, it allows you to craft epic campaigns, explore official adventures from top publishers, as well as connect with your friends across the globe. Fantasy Grounds lets you bring your gaming dreams to life online. So check out our link below and get to gaming.
Awesome. Thank you. And the link just posted in the chat or below. Awesome job.
That's beautifully done.
Yes.
Oh, thank you.
Sounded so professional,
I
Travis.
just felt it. I felt it.
Word.
I really do love Fantasy Grounds. We've been with them for so long that like I don't know. I'm very well versed with it and I enjoy it. So I really do recommend it. I'm not just sort of.
You're married to the idea. I get it.
Yeah, I am. So like
And it's a good happy marriage, not like a nasty bad one.
Yeah. So
Sure.
we're about it. So check out that link below. Click it for us. Thank you.
Yes, thank you so much. And of course, the sponsor
And Coca-Cola. My next one, I'm gonna dedicate this to Coca-Cola.
Okay.
Don't do that.
No
No.
way.
No.
No, oh, sorry. I just rescind that, sorry. This one's brought to you by Yeti. Yeti Yuck. No, I'm just kidding.
Get
what
outta
else-
here.
what else can I get?
Yeti, not a sponsor, but could be. Get
But
out of
could be,
Yeti.
right.
Yeah, become
Okay, I'll pass to our next real sponsor.
Our next sponsor, of course, one of the systems that we have been using, Level Up 5th Edition, Advanced 5th Edition. Take it away, Azeki.
You know, it takes me back to just a few weeks ago where I was sitting around on a beautiful white sand beach in Mexico. And I was thinking, how could I make D&D better? Because I've been reading all these new 1D&D things, and I'm just, like, not feeling it. I'm not feeling what they did to the Warlock. I'm not feeling what they did to my Paladin. But if all of that greatly disinterests you as well, you should check out Level Up 5th Edition. They've come up with all different kinds of stuff, including destinies, different types of backgrounds, new spells, new abilities and feats, and even some new like subclass stuff. So honestly, we've been having a great time exploring all these new different things to do in D&D, you know, as the game has been out in this edition for like, what, 10 years now? So if you would love to, as much as we do, go check them out on the doobly-doo, as Matt Colville would say in the chat. I'm sure someone named Travis is going to put that in there right quick.
There it is right there.
So yeah, we've been having a great time with Level Up 5th Edition, and I'm sure you will too.
Awesome. Of course, please check them out. Great system, and we'll be seeing a lot more of that as we play. Other than that, we are not going to be meeting next week. We may have some Baldur's Gate playthrough or something going on for you guys next Sunday, but we're just going to be out one last time. Promise this will be the last skip day that we do, unless the world ends.
It's for good reasons. You're going to cons.
Yeah, going to cons.
Check our socials. There'll be lots of good content.
Oh yes, please do. Lots of good cosplay. Gonna be hanging out. Last break we had over at Gen Con, met with the Magpie team and got to do a lot of Powered by the Apocalypse games with Magpie, like Avatar Legends, Mass, Root. Fantastic GMing that. So who knows? Maybe we'll have more of that in the future. Hint, hint. But with that being said, with all the announcements out the way, I think it's time to hop into tonight's chapter of Descent to the Void, Campaign 2. Cue the intro! So, last time, MGUs, you had embarked on a quest to save the southern moors of the Mystic Moors, specifically the towns of Roncalli, Summerfield, and Merville from an attack by the sentient gnolls. You had met with a plethora of characters as you had first arrived at Roncalli, the central city where the mayor of all three of the towns, Aldrich Ravenshield, resided, as well as his daughter, Eliana. You had protected them as that evening they were attacked by a band of gnolls, but discovered that these gnolls had a master, a dragon, a young white dragon. But that dragon themselves had someone that they worshipped, a queen. The queen of all dragons, which you discovered was Tiamat, a dark, infernal dragoness that seemed to been the cause of a lot of the strife that had happened within Greymoor these last few months. You had went after and had a talk to with the mayor's daughter, Eliana, as she had seemed to be boisterous about reclaiming the Ravenshield name as heroes, making her way directly to the Vesper Mountains where the gnolls and this dragon resides to claim a victory for the Ravenshield. But you were able to stop her, with Dullahan giving a speech about not risking her life and to live for her family, for the towns, and for herself. A kind of mirror reflection of Dullahan's past. With that, though, you had discovered that she was enchanted with some type of dark magic, a locket that was around her neck, Upon touching it, you receive visions about a multi-eyed entity, which you come to know as Tiamat, talking with Radaman, a familiar foe. And these were called Shards of Greed. Shards that were being imbued by champions that Tiamat had set forth, using Radaman to be her harbinger. With that, Zendark was able to break the curse upon it by doing a hex break, releasing her from this grip, but there's still some type of aura surrounding her as she had fallen unconscious, and you delivered her back to her father Aldrich in Roncalli. In searching her room, you found out that she had visited about a couple weeks prior Merville, where the locket itself was tended to by a jeweler. You had went to this jewel crafter, flying your way over to Merville, and finding that it was in sort of similar straits, being attacked by gnolls. Meeting with the village elder, discovering that his memory was altered by a strange entity that set up shop here in Merville to repair jewelry. You were suspicious because his mind was befuddled with a spell that blocked any type of knowledge on the identity of this entity. And then you went forth to search this jewel crafter's shop, as they may have still resided there, but it was empty. As Dullahan went in invisibly to see maybe indeed there were some type of clues, he was confronted by this entity, discovering to be a strange dragonoid figure with a familiar voice. As the figure grabbed Dullahan in order to capture him, a interaction happened, blasting the entity off of Dullahan as it was revealed that Dullahan was a slayer, but not just any slayer, a dragon slayer, and the foe to whatever creature that this dragon entity had worshipped. Dullahan quickly, expeditiously retreated out of there, grabbing the rest of you as you met up in a corner, deciding that this entity indeed was Radaman, or some type of form of Radaman. So you mounted your dragons yet again, deciding your next move, either to head to the third town of Summerfield, or back to Roncalli, or maybe even to the Vesper Mountains. But MGUs, as the sun is beaming up high, though it is beginning to set in this winter evening, you all are high up above as the winds blow and a chill runs down your spine, but the warmth of the spell that Zendark casted upon you seems to bait away the icy temperatures as you decide to go where you wish to go next. What do you wish to do, MGUs?
We're like on our wyverns in the air, flying right now.
Yes.
Like hovering enough that we could speak to each other.
Yeah, I say you can get close enough and kind of yell over the over the winds.
Okay. I'll shout out. Lucian told us to continue to investigate. I vote to the third city.
That sounds good to me. Might as well just get a whole bead on this trio of villages and see what is up.
I mean, we are here. We might as well.
There doesn't seem to be anything else we can do at this point, so...
All right, we're in agreement. Who probably would be the best one to guide us to this city? Didn't we have a map so we sort of know where it is?
Yeah, you can just go there yourself. You, especially you, Zendark, you are a native of Corinth, so you know exactly where this, where Summerfield is located, or at least a general area, and your map will tell you the rest of the way.
Okay, yeah. Sure. So then I'll say follow me then, and I will begin the flight towards the third city.
Okay. As you look at your map and then roll it back up, holding on tight to the reins of your wyvern, you begin to turn, banking to your left, heading towards the mountains. You know that Summerfield is the closest to the Vesper Mountains, and possibly had more attacks upon it from the gnolls, but you continue heading into that direction. About a couple hours pass, and at this point, especially being so high, you can all see the sun starting to hide itself beyond the great horizon, as a golden hue casts over all of Corinth. You can see below what looks to be what can only be described as like a farming community town, not large, definitely even smaller than that of both Merville and Roncalli. From this distance, you can't quite make out any more details, but Zendark, yes, you see below you is this town, your destination. As you begin to descend and head towards the center, unless there's something.
On. Yeah, as we get closer to the city, it's still we're far enough away and we're approaching it. I'm going to shout out or telepathically say to them, let's land and approach on foot and investigate this place to see what lurks in this place. Let's not try and draw attention. So I'll say that a little bit further back so that we would have time to descend before being spotted. You know what I mean?
Oh, of course. Are you trying to be stealthy?
Yes. Yeah. Stealthy on the wyvern, I would have descended into the tree so that way it would maybe be a half a mile walk to the city, so that way people aren't oh my god, people, were you the people on the birds? You know what I mean, on the wyverns? I don't I want to try and approach it from the ground, and you know what I mean,
Mm-hmm. Yep, totally get it.
Yeah,
so,
I get really annoyed when people ask me about my bird. You know? What?
Go ahead then and roll me stealth checks for your wyverns. Your wyverns get a +0 to this, so just a straight D20. And that'll be for everyone.
All right.
Well,
starting off bad.
Great.
Oh
Great.
So pretty much we swoop into the center of this village.
Sound. Okay, yeah, let's just fly in now.
Just
Let's
we
just
try
fly
to
in.
land in the trees and it's just crunch.
Exactly. You all begin to make your descent. The wyverns as they begin to fly down. They're going too sharp, too fast. As they pull up, you hear a large whooshing sound as if a gust has suddenly blown across the several trees that surround the outskirts of Summerfield as they land right at the entryway of the town. But you hear a hubbub, you can hear a commotion happening from the inside. But from what you can see on the outside, there are no guards. The surrounding gate, if you want to call it that, is barely that, with holes in it showing signs of wear and tear and scars of like as if flame has been burning it, and know that this town itself is not in the best of states.
All right. So much for that plan.
They're gonna ask us about our birds, and I'm not excited about that.
Noticing these damages and broken guardless front, I'm going to hop off of Allure and I'm going to say, be careful, but scout this area and report back if you notice anything odd. I'm gonna give her a nuzzle and just be go before dark, because the sun's getting close to set, right?
Yes. Alrighty. Allure does so after nuzzling you slightly before disappearing into the trees, going up into the sky, hiding in the clouds as she inspects the area Do the rest of you all dismiss your wyverns, or do you have specific instructions you wish to give them?
I think Ire kind of does what they want, and Dullahan very much kind of gets that. So it is just that thing of turn to sort of like dismiss, but Ire's already kind of peace. I'm out.
Got it.
Ink and Sonata just kind of look at each other and go,
Nobody's perfect. Have a good nap, Sonata. Catch you later. Don't feel too bad about the landing. It's fine. Love you.
She nuzzles you, like there's a harmonic like coo coming out of her throat that resonates with you as she goes off to hunt and do wyvern-y things. Sully, do you wish for your wyvern to do anything specific, or just disappear into the shadows?
I'm kind of disappointed after the lack of sneak that happened, so I kind of give it like a glare, and I'm like,
You need to practice being a little bit more tactful on these landings.
This goes up and kind of, you could tell it understands you and is not happy, maybe slightly ashamed.
Well, we're still getting used to each other. We'll work on it.
Kind of steps down, and if no other instructions, it'll just disappear into the shadows as it makes a pool of tendrils underneath it for being swallowed up.
I mean, well, technically,
Ink looks at Sully and goes,
this is our wyverns, as the elders would say, first rodeo. So, you know, they're learning, they're growing, they're trying.
Yeah, there's a lot more that Pelumbra needs to learn, though, and it seems we've got ourselves in a more serious situation that we don't necessarily have a lot of time.
That is true, but let us be kind to our transport friends, our sweet birds.
Our sweet dino birds. No, I agree, and that's why I softened the blow by saying that we together need to practice. It's not just one or the other.
If we ever get a moment of respite, as I say, scanning the surrounding area.
Sure. Why don't you give me, and anyone else who wishes to scan the area as you look around you with the town in front of you, roll me a perception check, please.
oh, I'm good at that. I can do that.
In this moment beforehand, because of we surveyed this scene, I would like to have guided myself.
I'm
Certainly.
apparently not good at it no matter what, so...
What the hell?
The Barbie dice are letting me down. Maybe I gotta go with some Oppenheimer dice. Hold on.
I know, but this was so good the last 2
boy.
weeks. Where is it? Here it is. Ooh, that was almost terrible.
Okay, so we have Sully with a 7, Dullahan with a 5, Ink with a 5, and 26. All right, Zendark. The rest of you see the overall external visage of the town, though Zendark, you catch a lot more details than your allies. So, Summerfield used to be a picturesque farming community, and now it wears a desolate and forlorn appearance due to the knoll rays. You can see pockets of fur wedged in between the half-broken wooden pikes that make up the exterior perimeter. Fields lie unattended and crops look withered and destroyed, reflecting the hardships that these people must have been going through with their tireless attacks from the gnolls. The air is heavy, and with a sense of loss and resignation, as the few remaining residents look tired as you step inside of the walls. they attempt to rebuild. You're seeing them putting up boards. As they turn around and look at you, there's no look of admiration, no sign of welcome, just snares and glares as they go back and tending to their wounded city.
I'll turn to the group and I'll say, this city is in much worse shape than I thought. Perhaps we help them defend this evening and then evacuate them. This does not seem like a safe place. It seems like a field of massacre.
Should we find whoever's in charge here first and maybe see if there's a specific thing the Gnolls have been attacking and going after?
Yeah. Let's do some reconnaissance. Talk to these people. Let's be gentle. Don't see any kind faces here. Okay, then I guess we'll turn around and like make our way towards the like center square, like a fountain or like a saloon, like people, like a group of people that are working on a project. Like, what are any of those things?
There are a handful of people who are currently working on rebuilding, like tending to farms that have been destroyed, or like packs of 3. Though you can, and looking around, and since you roll so high in your perception check, you can see where there's illumination coming from one of the buildings that looks halfway burnt, but at least it's in better condition than everything else around it. Perhaps a saloon of some sort, or an inn, a tavern. The sign is already half scorched and illegible.
Okay, let's head towards like that and some of the people in that direction.
Sure, you can easily make your way down there. It doesn't take too long. This is a small city, though it still has a fountain similar to the rest of the 2, with one of the 9 in a pose with 2 hands poking, standing out as if they're casting some type of ability. But the water has since ended. Like there was no water inside of the fountain, and half of the body is broken, barely standing. There are a group of people who are in this area if you wish to talk to them. If not, you can head straight to this unknown tavern.
Ink, do you want to speak with them? You have a wonderful way with words.
Oh, I certainly can try. And Ink moseys over to where these workers are and says, "Hail and well met. We are spell hex breakers from the Fractal Sanctorum, here to help you with your Gnoll issue. We were hoping for some guidance on who possibly is the leader of this town, or leaders, depending on how you operate here. We're here to help. Hi, hello. Really nailing it. Hey, good job.
The one you heard they were having a brief discussion talking about repairing, as one gentleman, a tiefling with purple skin and broken horns and just straight purple eyes with no eye pupils, turns around wearing an overall and a button-up shirt, stares at you. "Oh, you're here to help, huh?" He
Yes,
looks around
that
at
is-
everything.
I'll take a step forward and say, we have already liaised with the leaders and elders from the other 2 villages. It seems like you are in rough condition, but yes, we are here to help.
Yeah, I think
Fine.
we're in a bit of rough condition. Yeah, that's what it looks like. Just a little rough, yeah. Oh, so you're what the mayor, Roncalli, sent. And kind of like, looks like a little sundial that's broken on the ground. Oh, looks like you're right on time. Oh, or no, you're not. We were being shit upon for about a week now. Oh, well, it's a good thing you're here now.
Can we speak to the elder of this village, not an impetulant adult?
Yeah, I don't know what the word impetulant means, but it sounds like an insult. And you better watch your tongue here. We're dealing with a lot of fucking shit. We were attacked by gnolls. Many of us have died. Kidnapped. This is half the town people that you see around you. As he points around, you see there's several other groups who are within this area, and everyone looks tired. But if you want to speak to the leader, she's in the fucking inn. Evelyn Greenmeadow.
Thank you so much for all of your assistance. My companion here has been trying to broaden his vocabulary recently, and sometimes not everyone gets it.
I'm not sure if you're also insulting me, but look.
No,
No,
I mean no disrespect. I see that you have been shoveling the shit, as they say, and I am here to lend a hand and shovel.
And I'm also here to log your complaints to the Fractal Sanctorum and will gladly deliver them directly to the headmistress. Because you waiting a week for assistance because of their bureaucracy is untenable.
Roll me a persuasion check, please, Ink.
Oh God. My
Here we
rolls.
go.
Here
Did you
we
change your color
go.
yet?
I've changed it like 3 times already. Hell, I'm doing persuasion.
Yes.
Nat 20, nat 20, nat 20.
Come on, baby.
Oh! So
18.
close to a
That
20.
was so close.
18. Hello.
18. He takes a deep sigh. Fine. Thanks, I guess. Maybe I came off a little coarse.
That's okay. You've been through a lot, and we totally understand. Nobody has to be perfect in these instances. It's all, as the elders say, gravy, baby.
Okay. Look, you'll find Evelyn in there. She can help you with whatever, but I don't even know what you can even do. Look at our town. It's torn to shreds. And I don't even know. We might even get another attack tonight. The last night was the worst. And he just kind of, you could tell there's a heaviness on his face, sadness. Please, if you can help us, please do. And he kind of turns around and goes to pick up some bricks and let's just say some wood and continue to hammer away at the house that he's repairing with the other 2 workers.
Does it just look like there's like rubble and like shit in the way and like stuff is just still...
Yeah, there's still some smoldering gnoll shit on the ground that people are shoveling.
Before we like leave, still like sort of in his presence, I will pull out my cube orb and spin it a few times, hit a few of the special runes, and instantly summon an unseen servant. And so this like aura appears and then like fluctuates away, and I'm gonna say, aid these people with the cleanup effort and help them with minor tasks around this village. And for an hour, this unseen servant will help with like the menial tasks and hopefully make their lives a little bit easier. Since he's apologized. I'm not gonna actually acknowledge him though.
Okay. You do use your spells to clear up the area, and he does take notice. He looks down, looks at you, and you catch, probably when you turn, you catch a little bit of him, kind of give you a nod before heading back and continuing with his project.
All right, let's make it to Evelyn.
All right.
And we'll head towards the inn, or I will.
I will also.
We do that.
Yep.
Alrighty. So, as you continue to make your way towards the end, the door is those saloon accordion doors, or not saloon, sorry, the ones that flap in and out. That, though it is broken, hanging on barely a screw, that you easily can pass through. Inside, you see what looks to be more of like a medic tent of some sorts. People who are either injured, being tended to by local medics, spell and mystics of some kind, who are using herbs and remedy and rubbing it on to very injured townsfolk. Walking around, you see that there is a woman who wears emerald green robes with a wreath of flowers around her neck, though that the flowers look half-picked and look to be dying. You see her sweating, and her hair is blonde, but there is a streak of gray that seems to be going through the middle of it, and she has bags underneath her eyes. She has the pointy ears showing her elven lineage, but where normally elves have that kind of pristine, almost porcelain-like skin of youth, she looks tired and ragged, her clothes ripped in several places as she's running around. I'll help you here. I'll cure your wounds. Give me a second. I just need to gather my strength. As she topples over onto the ground.
We'll run over and help her up. Please, you mustn't overexert yourself. Are you, Evelyn?
She looks up at you, emerald green eyes glistening like jewels, as she picks herself up. Oh, yes, I am. I'm Evelyn Greenmeadow. I'm the elder here of Summerfield, and you?
We are spellbinders from the Fractal Centaurum. We've come to help. I hope that was a sigh of relief.
Yes, thank the Nine. As you can see, things have been pretty terrible here. We just got a null attack last night, fearing that we might get another tonight. I don't know, it's sporadic at this point. I've never seen it this bad before. And it's always worse here. As you can see, and there's a hole in the actual tavern itself, the inn, and you can see out it, and past the fence, you see the mountains, not too far away. We're right next to where they seem to come from. But I'm sorry. I can speak to you in a moment. I need to tend to these people, as she goes over to a wounded person and once again stumbles over.
No, please, take a moment. I can see to this. And Ink goes to the injured person that Evelyn is planning to work with, and casts Cure Wounds.
Okay.
On the injured personage.
Sure. Go ahead and roll me that healing.
That's the sound I make while I look for Cure Wounds. Yeah, I'm gonna use Cure Wounds on some random NPC because that's the correct nice thing to do for everybody involved. Bop. Hello? Wait, how do I do this? What am I doing?
Hit the heal button after you hit the little gear. There we go.
Delahan is not wounded. Congratulations on your 4 points to the NPC, who probably only has 1 hit point, so they're probably feeling great now.
All right, and it looks like it's not adding your modifier. It should definitely be adding your charisma to that. So what is your charisma?
Ooh, my charisma is pretty good. My charisma is +3.
+3. Okay, so it's going to be 7 points back to this level 0 NPC.
There you go.
You see that this NPC had burn marks going all down their right side, including the face. It was festering, and as you go ahead and touch the wound and begin healing them, you see that the flesh begins to regenerate. And their pain look turns into relaxed and calm, no longer labored breathing. As Evelyn looks over to you. Oh, thank the 9. Thank you so much. Thank you. She kind of walks over to you, and you can feel her use you as a sort of crutch to hold herself up. Ink.
Ink definitely like stands and like takes the weight of this person and goes, you need to sit and rest.
Roll me another persuasion check, please.
Oh, boy.
She seems very, very hesitant to stop her duties.
Yeah, I get it, dude. But you can't help people if you don't help yourself sometimes. Ooh. Come on, baby. 17, please. Oh my God, these blue, they're doing good for me.
17. Okay. She looks, she like, kind of looks around. You can tell she has that kind of hazy fading, as if like her vision is doubled as she goes, okay. Thank you. Yeah, I think I'll just sit down for a bit. And she just falls to the ground right there.
Oh.
If she falls down to the ground again, this is the 3rd time she's fallen, like literally to the point of exhaustion. I'm going to kneel down next to her, and I'm going to say, you have done so much to these people. You have pushed yourself to the point of the edge. You mustn't do this, or you can't save them. You must be just exhausted. And I will unclip the pouch of emergency and undo the flap. And as I do, I will pull out, and it's sort of like a piece of like golden putty, like as if it was like the light itself. And I will say, with this, please be healed, and cast greater restoration to remove an exhaustion point from this lady.
Okay.
And I'll like smear this like translucent, like shiny putty across her like face and forehead, and then it will like glow and then like seep into her.
Okay. As your magic begins to seep into her skin like a revitalizing lotion, you see that the bags under her eyes recede. Her skin clears up. The kind of streaks of gray that were in her hair begin to return to its blonde colorings, and she looks more alive, more akin to her elvish lineage as she shakes her head. But thank you. I feel so much better now. Thank you
Thank
so
goodness.
much.
Of course. Please. Now, we need to gather some information. The sun is getting closer to set. We need to understand as much as you can tell us about what happened, where these people are, and we must make a plan either to defend or to flee quickly, but we need to strategize. So tell us everything that that has happened, and any things that have weird occurrences that could have potentially happened in the last month or two as well. Don't skip over anything, even if it seems mundane. If it's out of place, please mention it.
Of course. Let's talk in a more secluded area. There's Genevieve, as she calls over another elf that seems to be working as well, so similarly dressed. Can you take these sutures over to bed 3, and also make sure that bed 5 gets a fresh pail of water, and just make sure everyone's okay. Get me if there's any emergencies. Yes, Miss Greenmeadow. As she runs off, please come with me this way. She begins to lead you out of this medical facility. It seems to have turned into up a couple flights of steps before opening up what looks to be a conference room-sized door made out of wood. Not as damaged as the rest of the area. Perhaps the nose didn't reach here. As she opens it up, stepping inside, you see a long table with 2 windows on the side walls, about maybe 30-foot wide room. Please, it's not much, but have a seat. And she closes the door behind you.
Are there like candles in this room, or like how?
Actually,
it illuminate?
she would walk over. Yes, so it's dimly lit here because the sun is setting, and there are candles that are not lit. And she looks to be heading over towards the candles to light them, grabbing some type of flint.
I'll sit down at the table.
Okay.
And
She lights each of the candles to illuminate the area. I guess I'll start from the beginning. As if I didn't introduce myself, I'm Evelyn Greenmeadow, the leader here, the elder. I'm a druid, and I have my own clergy that we are healers, and we are farmers, agriculturists, and we work the land, and then of course we deliver this over to the rest of the town. That's our main objective here at Summerfield. About a few weeks ago, we have been attacked by gnolls who can speak the humanoid speech, and at first it wasn't too bad. They were just stealing things, valuables, but we're not a very rich town. So they went on. We tried our best to defend ourselves, but at least no one was hurt. And then it got worse. And then last night, I've never experienced an attack like that before. They ravaged this place, shouting something in a language that I don't understand. They were chanting something, yes, I just don't know what. They set fire to our buildings. They either grabbed and murdered many of our citizens or took them to, I don't know, into the mountains. We've been begging for help, all of the towns here in the southern moors, but the Pontifex sent no one. But you guys are here. Thank the Nine that the Fractal Centaurum understands our plight.
Slow down a second. How many people from your town were taken?
10, maybe around then.
How many days ago were they taken?
Oh, this was all last night. Like I said,
just last night. Okay.
This has never been this bad.
All right. And when they were speaking, could anyone understand them? What language they were speaking?
Roderick, he's one of the oldest farmers we have here. He said that it might have been like some type of lizard-like speech. It would sound as old. The way that they slurred their letterings and their consonants. He said it was that of like a reptilian source. I don't know anything else past that. You can speak to him. He's on the outskirts of town. Is there anything else you wish to know?
We have a couple of options in front of us, and we would love to hold a discussion with you about it. Considering that your inn is not a very secure location at this moment, and it also is serving as a medical facility for triage, how comfortable are the townsfolk with the idea of evacuating to possibly Roncalli? We do have wyverns at our beck and call, which could make transporting your citizenry a lot easier. But if the gnolls attacks are getting more intense and more immense, and you've suffered some casualties, I fear that there may not be enough time to fortify your tavern, and maybe an evacuation is in order. But we do not wish to come and tell you how to conduct your your village's well-being, but we are here to help if an evacuation is necessary.
We've thought about evacuating. Maybe there's still many townspeople, and if we were to go on foot, I don't know. Many of us are injured or tired and exhausted, and then to defend against the afflicted along the way, it's about a day's trip. Maybe faster with your wyverns, but I don't think anyone, or at least most of the townspeople, are in the condition where they can ride on wyverns.
How many people are left in this town? Could everyone get to a centralized location this evening so that way it's more easily defensible?
Probably about 20 more of us, including those that you saw in there. We could all fit in here, but you see the state of this place. It's, as your Tabaxi friend here said, it's not really a fortress.
Yeah. Is there another building that has not been fully attacked that could house everyone?
A silo or a granary,
school.
a school.
No,
A storehouse?
no, this is the best condition that we have. That's why we took everyone here. Everything's been destroyed by the gnolls.
Okay.
How much time do we have until nightfall?
Probably like an hour or so, a couple hours.
Okay.
How long has it been since we got here?
Not too long. Maybe like 1 full hour since you got here. It was it cut the time in half coming. Actually, yeah, it will be falling to nighttime now. You actually came from Merville, which is further than Roncalli. So Merville, they're all about a day's apart on foot. So you would just be getting here at night. So nightfall is mere minutes away from coming.
Moments away.
Moments away, yeah.
Okay, I'm going to...
Good.
Great stuff. Love it.
Solid.
Love it. Love it.
I'm going to say to her, nightfall is upon us. We don't have... You're right. We don't have time to evacuate. Perhaps tomorrow. Gather the villagers. Can you sound the alarm and have everyone come to this building? We must have them in a defensible spot and look towards Declan and Sully
Declan.
and say, sorry, Doulahan. Sorry, I'm looking at
one and the same.
I'm looking at Doulahan and Sully, and I'm gonna say we'll have to strategize and come up with a way to defend this building best this evening. And
Oh, well, defending one building is going to be a lot easier than trying to run around and defend multiple locations.
yeah,
Perhaps I could set more traps up again? And Doulahan, maybe you could help me this time.
I think we might be able to use our wyverns to advantage as well. I know they may not be ready or capable to fight, but if they were to fly overhead and scream, roar, it may intimidate the gnolls, hold them back.
right. Or at
We
least
have
make us hypermobile.
We just have to present that we are as big of a threat as they are, and they may not approach if they think the creatures flying overhead are too strong.
That is
Are
a
you
good
saying?
plan.
Are you suggesting like preemptively try and like claim this town, like fly over it and make it seem like this is our territory, like an intimidation tactic?
I get the impression that the gnolls are hell bent on whatever their objective is. I merely propose that the wyverns, should they fly at a certain height and keep their distance, maybe just their presence alone may worry the hearts of those who are not so foolhardy and maybe don't want to die in the maw of a dragon.
Agreed.
But
We
we can still set up traps
That is a great idea, and for sure what we should do.
Yes, Evelyn, may I go grab the workers who are repairing other buildings and bring them in here to fortify the hole in the tavern wall.
Yes. You can let them know this is an order from me. Yes. We'll gather everyone inside and hope that we can get through the night.
Will do. Ink starts to make their way out of the tavern, past the triage, and they close the door to the tavern, look around, and then shapeshift into Evelyn.
Okay.
Spicy.
So Ink now looks like Evelyn and goes over to the workers, and says, "We have elected to fortify the tavern in the event of another Knoll attack. So please gather all of the tools and supplies. We need to fix the triage area as soon as possible."
One of the town person turns around and goes, "Oh, Miss Greenmeadow. Yes, right away. We'll, actually, I'll say roll me a deception check, please. At advantage."
Hooray! Oh, thank you. Give me some advantage, please, and thank you. Ba, 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 ba. Oh, I'm so stressed. It's the first time I've ever shapeshifted as this. Oh, the danger. The danger's real. Boy. Skills. Deception. Okay, here we go. The nerves. 27, please, on that deception.
Wow. 27. Right. Yes, Miss Greenmeadow. Right away. Everyone. Miss Greenmeadow needs us to fortify the inn.
Yes.
We need to go immediately. Come on.
Yes, and you, and Ink points at I guess the tiefling.
Okay.
And says, "And gather everyone who is left who is not in the tavern and to bring them here to localize ourselves in one place. We will make our stand in the tavern."
Right. Whatever you wish, Miss Greenmeadow. As he gives a bow and runs off. You, and begins pulling people and gathering them.
Excellent. Cool. Great stuff. Everyone is gone? Has everyone vanished?
Yeah,
Gone
from the
into-
area. Yes.
Amazing. Ink is going to dip into a little room, a little space, and shapeshift back into Ink.
Okay. You go ahead using your
just-
changing abilities and return
just-
back.
It just felt faster to do it that way. I felt like I didn't want to have to fight him on it.
There might have been some good job. Fantastic. Yeah.
Beautiful. And then Ink saunters back to the tavern, and says and goes to the conference room and says the message has been delivered, almost as if from your mouth to their ears.
That was fast. I was afraid they might have given you the hard time. Thank you so much, Ink.
Anything for the protection of your village.
Actually, she doesn't know your names. No one. Or did you introduce yourself to her? I don't think anyone did. So she doesn't know who you are.
She introduced herself and then immediately busted into a spiel. We didn't get a chance to introduce ourselves. So
We just said we were from the Fractal Sanctorum.
Yeah,
That's
that's
pretty
fine.
much
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, and that's. All right. So she goes. Thank you so much, for your help.
I suppose we should introduce ourselves. I am Zendarek.
Sully.
Ink at your service.
Thank you.
Dullahan, and he just has it looking over his shoulder as he's trying to help with the repairs.
Okay. Well, thank you, Hexbreakers from Fractal Sanctorum. Well, with that, is there... at this time, you start to hear people rushing into the to the tavern. More people coming. I guess I should tend to that. Is there any... I will defer to your guidance and your knowledge. Is there anything we should be doing?
Board this place up. We can help with the repairs, and then Whomever witnessed the attacks and fought them off, send them our way. We need to just know what direction they came from, what formations they had, any details that will help us.
Oh yes, and the gentleman on the outskirts who heard their language spoke. We would love to quickly interview.
Roderick Hearthwind.
Yes, Roderick.
I'll see that he gets here as fast as he can. He is quite along in age as a human. Unfortunately, I'm just a mere 125. But in
Where
human years-
is he?
Oh, well, if you go towards the north end, you'll see there's a large farm there. He tends to that farm.
Okay, I'll fetch him. I have to catch up with Allure anyway. I was having her surveil the scene, so
Allure?
I'll return, and I'll go to leave the conference room and go get this old man.
Okay. All right. So she's going to head off and tend to the people who are walking in. Is anyone doing anything specifically? I know Delahan, you said you were repairing.
Yeah, with the Angel, is there, does the tavern have a cellar or a basement? Where they would store the casks?
Since you are now on your own searching around, you can see, yes, there is a cellar there, but there looks to be just tools, supplies, not very big, where a lot of the other healers are going and getting their supplies.
Okay. I think Dylan might propose that that's where anyone that is unable or too young to fight, that's where they should go, so that they're not in the way if no shit hits the fan. That's where everybody should be going, so that we can, it can be fortified and boarded from the inside, and then anyone that can fight, we can defend that space easier. So his aim is to kind of clear that out. If there's other people here to repair, he's now sort of explaining himself to the healers that what they need, that they can keep, we'll keep, but anything that's if there's casks of wine or mead or anything like that, it has to go. And he's trying to clear as much space as he possibly can to get villagers into that space.
Got it. They do help and assist. Oh yes, we can make a little bit of room, not much, but at least our weakest can go there to defend themselves. And they continue and aid you in any way to remove any unneeded boxes and collect any of the children or those who are injured or weak who cannot fight into that area.
Ink is going to, while repairs are being made and folks are being gathered, is going to step out of the tavern once again and summon Sonata, and have her start sort of circling the area and starting that making noise, we're claiming this kind of deal. So she's gonna be the opening act. With her intimidating snarls and screeches and sounds.
Sure. Why don't you go ahead and roll me? Now I was gonna say roll me intimidation check, which they kind of get a -2, but I was said you can add a +4 to that because that's more of I would feel a strength thing, a show of strength. They're dragons. I mean, sorry, wyverns. They're quite scary looking. So using their roars, her roar and all that. Go ahead and roll me a D20 +4. Sorry.
Cool. D20 +4. So I'm gonna roll that.
More of an athletics.
Wait. Why? Oh. Sorry, plus, so it's gonna be 10?
10. All right.
Yeah, because it was my intimidation, but if it's +4, then -2 for just the thing.
Got it. All right. So Sonata, she rises up and begins making roars, and 10 is still decent, so average. So she's making the common dragon-like wyvernian roars throughout as she flies above, and a lot of the town people are just oh! As they look up, scared, they're hearing kind of the cries of a dragon-like creature.
Do not fear, citizens. This is Sonata, my wyvern. She is here to help and protect.
They don't seem much. They don't seem calm, but they seem to understand that it belongs to you and continue amongst themselves.
If you would like, watch Sonata do a barrel roll.
She performs such as you connect with your wyvern, and they look up. Seem slightly calm. They seem a little calmer, though still they're on edge as they continue to either repair or head back into the tavern.
Good work, Sonata. I'm proud of you.
Zendark, you said you were heading off. Sully, doing anything particular?
I would like to do something very particular, actually. Are there any extra hands available? Like, there's obviously people helping out with Dullahan and making repairs and stuff. Are there a few other people that I could grab?
Yeah, you can grab about 3 or 4 people. Or
Yeah,
see
that's
that
perfect.
there's people you can grab, yes.
Hey, you 3, come with me. In case Ink's plan doesn't work, we need to be prepared for the worst, which means we should set up traps around the perimeter. I'm thinking some trip lines with maybe, some arrows or spears that will trigger and take out our enemies as they approach us.
One gnome walks up. Sorry, sir, but we don't have arrows and spears. We have hoes and sickles and other farming equipment and agriculture, but no weapons, unfortunately.
I look at my own quiver and see that I do have some arrows that I could lend to the situation.
You said you had some sickles and some pitchforks and hoes and stuff like that?
Yes.
That'll be just fine.
And I would like to set up some tripwires with either like swinging sickles that'll come out into like doorways or like entryways to gates or around buildings. And the same thing with like if I could set up some like pressure wires to like shoot arrows that I give up myself or whatever, just to set up like there's 4 of us. If I have 3 extra hands, maybe like 4 or 8 traps depending on what the like entryways and strategic entry points to this tavern are.
Sure. Go ahead and roll me I would take like a sleight of hand check as you use your dexterity to set this up. That or an intelligence check to actually set this up. Your choice.
Intelligence, huh? I'll do sleight of hand. I'll take an 18.
Yeah. Or survival check would also work. But 8.
True.
An 18. Okay. So you spend a good chunk of time showing these farmers how to set up the traps as they begin assisting you, following your instructions as you use your dexterous fingers to weave almost these traps together, pulling the strings that they give you and rope to concoct these devices. And yeah, it looks after a bit of time, say like about an hour, you do set up each person a trap per person, we'll say. So you got about 3-4 people, say 4 traps.
Okay, cool. That's more than before.
Alrighty, Zendark. You begin heading, following the instructions that Evelyn had given you. You see townspeople being pulled by several other townspeople towards the direction of the tavern, saying, "We've been summoned to the inn. Come!" As they're going, one person walks up to you. "Are you heading the wrong way? The inn is this way."
I'm going to fetch old man. On the edge of town.
Roderick.
Old man.
I'm going to get old man Roderick. I'll be there shortly. Actually, my ride's right here. And a lure will appear like a mirage next to me, and I'll like jump on her.
Oh, okay. He's quite old. Please, yes, we needed someone to get him. Please, hurry.
As I sort of like lean into her, I'm going to say to her mentally, "Show me what you've seen. Is anything coming?" Because for the past hour or so, I've had her sort of surveil and see if there's like any signs of movement in the trees and whatnot.
Sure. Go ahead and roll me a perception check for her. And wyverns get, see if they have +4 to perception. So a d20 +4.
Awesome. All right, 22. Good job, Allure.
Nice. Allure begins communicating within your mind images and emotions you're easily able to translate. In inspecting, there have been some afflicted sightings. Not that they're heading towards this town, but they are out and about. Though no sightings of gnolls. She did see gnoll tracks that have she did see gnoll tracks coming from, and they're fresh, the mountains. Though she did not spot where the gnolls were. She did not see any tracks heading towards
Like as if
Summerfield.
they've come and then now they're like waiting in potential ambush. Is like what the vibe I'm getting.
I would
Like
say,
they've already, like they're fresh tracks, they're here, but they're not like at our town.
yes, I would say they're fresh tracks. Are they waiting? Are they not? You're not sure. She was unable to find that. They're really well hidden if they are somewhere between the trees, the little bit of trees, or in the plains.
All right.
But there has been activity recently that she has noticed.
Okay. Good job. As we communicate, I'll thank her for that knowledge and information, and remind her to be safe. Do not engage and stay far enough away should a threat appears. She's not worth. Do not risk herself to get hurt. And say, come on, we must fetch an elder on the edge of the town, and have her beeline towards where Old Man Roderick's house is.
Yeah. You follow the instructions. You convey this to her as you quickly make your way. She flies up in the air, but immediately starts to head back down, as it's not much of a distance for a wyvern to cover. Seeing this large farm, you land on the outside of it. You see a broken down house, a roof destroyed. The columns, it looks to be was two stories, but half of it is falling slanted down. Though the left half seems to be in the best conditions. There's a light inside, and you see that there are 3 shadows.
Three shadows?
Yeah, like 3 shadows in there, because there's like a candlelight, and there's 3 people in there.
Oh, okay. I will pull out my orb-like focus and channel a StarCraft pylon and manipulate it into 3 and cast dancing lights, and have 3 pylons sort of illuminate around me and approach the porch and say, hello in there. Come on, we are evacuating to the center of the town. I've come to collect you.
No, you can't make me go. Come on, Roderick, please, we have to. No, I'm gonna stay here with my farm. I'm tired. Whoever's there, can you just come in and help us? Oh man, this old man is strong.
Okay, I will go in, hearing an invitation, and investigate what's going on in there.
All right, you just walk in there. You see it looks to be a unkempt room. Even in the condition of half the roof falling in it, it must have been in a condition prior. Though holding on to one of the doorways tightly with a hand is an old sun-kissed tan-skinned man with a bald head and gray, very bushy gray eyebrows and matching mustache and beard. He probably is around 5'4", as he's holding on with his 2 arms, being pulled by 2 other gentlemen who are not. It is like he has the grip of the jaws of life onto this siding.
No, you can't make me go. Oh, you whippersnappers, this is my home. No, you can't. Come on.
As these 2 gentlemen are trying to pull him.
Sir, please. We must go. It's for your own safety. Do you wish to be maimed by gnolls? We will help rebuild your farm and make it as glorious as it has always been.
They put him down. He's like, ugh, and he kind of pulled himself over.
No, you can't make me. This is my home.
Unfortunately for you, sir, I am one of the few people from the Fractal Sanctorum whom can make you. Please, I do not wish to resort to that.
How dare you? You don't even look above 15 years old. I've been alive for 70 years, and I will not be talked down to. This is my home. Screw the Knolls. You can't make me.
Seeing him, I feel like you're right. And also, thinking back at how Ink, or Sully said was too harsh before, I will pull out from inside of my, like, cloak, my, like, badge or something that signifies that I'm from the Fractal Sanctorum. I'll get down on one knee and say, respected elder, please, I beseech you. It is for your safety.
Go ahead and roll
Trying
me
to implore him. I would, could I use a culture check?
Okay, you can go ahead and roll the new culture check you got from your advanced 5th edition.
Thank you. Not the greatest. 10.
A 10.
Look, I don't care where you're from or any fancy thing you want to flash here, but if this place is going down, then I'll just go down with it.
See? It was one of the gentlemen turned to you. He won't move. He's stubborn, old fool.
Is he your father? Whom are you to this gentleman?
No, he's just one of the oldest farmers here. I learned how to till the land when I was just a kid from him. Me too. But you see how stubborn he is. As he snarls and hangs on. You said you're from the Fractal Sanctorum. Can you just and make him move?
All right. I'll Sir, I don't want to have to, and I'm gonna do the gesture that they just did to you. Please, come with me. This is your last chance.
Roll me intimidation check.
10.
10.
Do what you will. I won't move.
There is your consent, and as soon as he says that, I, like, open my eyes, and they switch to my things, and I'll hypnotic gaze him. Please have him make a Constitution saving throw, or sorry, Wisdom saving throw.
All right, he's just a 0 all over, so just a straight D20.
Are you fucking kidding me? This fucking old man.
So stubborn. I love him.
So DC 16, so he passes. He is not charmed and not.
Now, if you want to use your
No, I'm not using on this old fucking man.
Just to say it. But yes, he seems like he doesn't want to move. I mean, unless you use full-on force and pull him out.
Okay.
Or spell itself.
I really didn't expect this farmer to fail for my hypnotic gaze, so I'm gonna turn to him and be like, this old man has the will of the gods. He is as stubborn as these mountains themselves. I don't... Sir, you will die if the Knolls attack you. You do realize that?
Yeah, and I'll die with my farm.
Is that really what you want?
No, but I don't want my farm to be destroyed by those pack of laughing dogs.
What could we do to get you to come? If we, promise to rebuild this place, to save this farm, we are trying to save these people, and you are making it much more difficult.
He ponders. And he looks on over at the other two who are also pleading as well.
So you're from that fancy school, huh?
Very fancy school.
You got fancy money, I could tell by the way you're dressed.
Right. Do you want some fancy money? And I'll pull out a gold piece and I'll start to, like, twiddle it between my fingers. Do you need a lucky coin? Have you ever flown on a wyvern?
No, and I don't want to fly on any wyverns. They're dangerous. They eat people. How about this? If you swear it on the 9, that you will help repair my farm with your funds,
and bring it back to where it used to be, I'll go with you. So if they destroy it, at least I know that there's a way to bring it back to its former glory.
Okay, I'm not refinancing your entire farm rehabilitation, but I will chip in a few coins to help make sure that this place is brought back and also help organize a rehabilitation effort.
Fine, he lets go of the doorway. Swear it on the 9.
I swear it on the 9.
Okay.
Consider this a down payment. I'll give him the 1 gold coin.
He takes ink and bites on it. Ow, ow. Revealing he has many missing teeth.
Have you even seen a gold coin before? Come on.
Wow. You don't respect your elders. Of course I've seen a gold. Let's go. And he kind of gets up, and now he kind of shows his age, holds his back, and begins hobbling over towards the door, grabbing a cane on the way out.
All right, well, I'll help him.
Takes his cane. He goes, I don't need your help. And
How long of a walk is it going to take?
like 10 minutes.
10 minutes. Okay, that's fine. We can walk then.
He looks over at he steps out on the porch, hobbling, and the other 2 gentlemen will go, thank you so much. Thank you. Let's go. As they head out there, as they see your wyvern. Oh, I don't like those things. Come on, let's go. Where are we heading?
To the town center, to the main tavern.
Yeah.
Everyone is gathering there.
Fine. Probably me screen. What is? And he mumbles himself and continues to follow you back, with the promise on the 9 that you will help finance his repair of his farm.
Chip into the rehabilitation effort, okay? The 9 know what promise I made.
Alrighty. But after 10 minutes, through mumbles and grumbles, you do make it back to the inn where you see Sully is preparing traps, Dullahan repairing, running in and out, helping them repair and set people in the basement, and Ink guiding and speaking with Sonata up in the air.
I will, once we get close enough, I'll telepathically reach out to Ink and say, I've brought the old man. So crotchety, please come talk to him.
Ink reaches back out, telepath, and goes, "Will do. I'll meet you over there right now." And like Ink makes a beeline to where Zen is, because like Ink wants to know what language these gnolls be speaking.
Yeah. I think we might have thought that it's Draconic that we
think
figured out
so,
last time too,
yeah.
but I just want to double check with this person too. So
Yeah, I just
Like,
yeah,
yeah.
want to make 100%, Hundo P sure, because Ink speaks Draconic. So
yeah. Okay, so when Ink comes back, I'll gesture. This is Ink, one of my companions, and they are fantastically versed. Please, tell us what you heard, because apparently you're the only one to have actually heard them converse.
The gnolls? That's that's the day you're talking about. Oh, hello, kind. And like with a grumble on their face, continues walking closer towards Ink. What do you want to know? The nose? Yes. They did speak, but I told Evelyn it was a language. It sounds very reptilian. It sounds like the speech of the dragons or some sort.
Did it sound like this? And Ink says, "This is the language of Draconic in Draconic."
Yes, yeah, exactly. But hold on, I'm really good at impersonations. I'll try my best. They kept chanting something over and over again.
Oh, yeah, if you could please re-sound the phrases.
It may be a little bit off, but I was remember like Ra Senatum Nak Tiamat. Whatever that means. You can, it's terrible pronunciation, you can kind of assume it's like, rise again, Queen Tiamat. Rise Queen Tiamat. And they
Yep, that's on brand for the Knolls. And then I look at Zendark. They really want to bring Tiamat back. And then Hank goes, and then looks around and is like, and nothing explodes. And they're like, suddenly like, okay, maybe it wasn't a correlation. They're starting to realize they maybe made the wrong assumptions.
What's a Tiamat?
Bad news. And the reason it is best for you to go into the tavern and hide and maybe grab an improvised weapon or help build the hole in the wall. However you feel you are most of service to protect your village and your compatriots who live here.
Or perhaps just watch over some of the children as well. And then I'll sort of like look to Ink and be like, he's like 100 years old. He can't build anything.
I do not underestimate those who are of age beyond ours. Many of the greatest minds and the greatest leaders of my village are of wizened ages. Roderick, I believe in your ability to protect your fellow citizens, however you see fit. And I thank you for the information that you have provided. It is vital to our investigation and hopefully the eradication of the Knoll Scourge.
Why didn't you send this one to come get me? They seem to know exactly how to treat an elder, except for you fancy-looking elf. Well, thank you. What was your name again?
Ink, at your service.
Oh, thank you, Ink. You seem to know how to really respect your elders. Yes, I can work on some repairs, but if Evelyn is at the helm, I'm sure she doesn't care about the sustenance. I'll know where the food is located. I'll make sure I have at least meals so that there's warm bellies inside to protect us. And knowing that you are leading the charge, Ink, perhaps we will actually survive this night. Kind of looks over at Zendark.
Great, thank you, Ink. Please make your way inside, sir.
Yeah. Kind of brush you aside with unknown old man strength before.
I will gladly take a step backwards off that stoop, and I'm gonna just look at Ink and be like, "You're going next time." I don't know why I went in the first place.
You know, it was you needed to check on Allure and the scouting. It was, as the elders say, crushing 2 beetles with 1 rock.
Great. I love when we can get 2 for 1. It's like, is it like pitch black now or like dark out?
Oh yeah, it's pitch black now. If you don't have dark vision, it's hard to see because they don't have lights. They're all been destroyed.
I have dark vision. I will also, again, I think the dancing lights can stay for some time because it's a cantrip. Let me double check. I guess I can just hold it because it says concentration for a minute, but I can just recast it. So I'll pull out like those 4 sort of like pillar, like crystal pylon like objects and have them just sort of emanate in the space around the tavern, so that way like we can see, you know what I mean, like sort of like street lights, you know what I mean. And then Ink, we should speak with Dullahan and Sully. Allure said that there were fresh tracks, but they were she was unable to find them, so they could potentially be setting an ambush, or they might have gone to Roncalli or somewhere else, but they are out of their foothills and in the area.
Yes. Let us connect with our circle and make a plan.
Yeah, so let's look for Sully and Dullahan real quick.
Yeah.
Sully was making traps, and I believe Dullahan was inside the tavern. doing something. I think.
Yeah.
So we'll go into the tavern and look for them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, you see Sully's already outside and you can easily grab Dullahan as you're running around doing repairs and also aiding them with their duties as you all group together towards the entryway of the tavern.
Okay, most of the folks have been gathered. Ink confirmed with Old Man Roderick that they are speaking Draconic for certain.
And they're still just absolutely got the biggest boners for Tiamat. Boy, oh boy.
And Allure was able to confirm fresh tracks, so she couldn't spot any, but they're most likely in the area.
So we should expect an attack this evening.
I would count on it.
Well, I'm glad we set up some of these traps then.
That's good to know. I hope it went well. Are there any more glaring blind spots you guys have found?
Besides the fact that this village is full of farmers that wouldn't know the dull end of a battle axe.
Dylan is kind of like, his face is kind of got a crinkle at that.
It's the handle, Dullahan. It's the handle.
I've seen farmers fight tooth and nail for their land against the elements and against wild creatures.
I'm not saying they won't fight, but they just have no weapons.
And like Dullahan kind of like just holds up his fists, like, they'll fight. Trust me. My mother had to pry enough farmers apart over the pettiest of squabbles. You haven't seen anything when you threaten, and he's gonna gesture at the old man that Zendarek brought back.
Who's that old guy?
I'm so sorry, my cat is actually going absolutely nuts. There's a fly just like flying right above us, and it's, no.
Yeah. See? Got a lot of fight in him.
Yeah, see? Yeah.
These farmers. These tabaxi farmers.
Hey, don't underestimate tabaxis from a rural area.
Definitely not.
Alright. So what's the plan? What do you wish to do next? The sun has set and it is quite dark, and tensions are high.
Ink is going to call down Sonata real quick, and sort of like land to the side of the tavern, and then use Sonata to like shimmy up to the roof and sort of take a space for like ranged attacks, because that's what Ink got going on, high ground and whatnot. Maybe a little like reconnaissance from up there, and that's where Ink is gonna wait.
I think that's a good plan. As a ranged casting wizard, distance from above is usually preferred. So if that's the plan, I will also make sure that like it's as secure as it can be, and then go to the roof and keep Allure close.
All right.
What's the weather like? I know, weird question.
I know it's cold. No snowfall this time, but it is cloudy. You can't see the moon up above.
Okay. I think communicating to the circle, perhaps I could take Ire a little further out, using the heavy clouds as cover. We could anticipate their direction, just circling. There's no this is not an attempt to go off and one man show this. It's simply, if we can anticipate their direction, then at least we know where to start defending from.
Which direction was the old man's house?
I will gesture out.
Maybe
to,
we
like,
should
back.
look for that direction since they were last kind of seen or heard over there.
And that was the northern side. If you're curious.
Amazing. I mean, well, there are 4 of us, and we could keep an eye on the 4 cardinal directions from up here on top of the roof. But first, do we have 10 minutes, Tailweaver? Before, is there safe 10 minutes for me to steal?
Yeah. Yeah.
Amazing. Ink goes, we may be a new circle, and we may be new to our wyverns, but we have proven ourselves in 3 different villages at this point that we are competent, that we are capable. And Ink goes on for about 10 minutes about how good we all are, and how capable and how ready we are for this fight, and uses their skill Inspiring Leader, and everybody gets temporary hit points.
Yeah.
Nice.
I forget how many. Let me check my guy. Each creature equal to my level and my charisma modifier.
Nice. So it should be 8.
Yes, give everybody 8 temporary hit points for me, please.
Certainly.
And if anybody was in earshot down below in 30 feet during those 10 minutes, they're also feeling real good. They're feeling real confident in us, too. Like,
That's amazing.
there we go. I love Inspiring Leader. It's great.
Yeah. Big Steve is also there. You know, we
Yeah, Big
mentioned-
Steve.
he's-
Oh, yeah, Big Steve.
He's still around.
Big Steve is
He's
always there. Yeah.
He's always there. He gets it
This-
too.
This cat's favorite dog.
Alrighty.
I'm going to use my Pearl of Power during that inspiring speech to get back my spell slot.
Oh, speaking of inspiring leaders, Caloran, thank you for subscribing.
Oh yeah, thank
Oh,
you.
Thank you.
Wonderful.
What is Blessings of the Nine?
Blessing of the 9. Okay, you get a party. Since we have a Blessing of 9 redeemed, that means that as a party you get 1 inspiration to use.
Oh, yay!
So you have your
Nice. Oh,
individuals,
that's
but you have like
Thank you,
1 floating
Colin.
in there. It does go away at the end of the campaign session, though.
Cool. So use it or lose it, kiddos.
Yes.
Sounds like we'll
Thank
need
you,
it.
Caloran.
I think we will need it.
Alrighty. So, as you all set up and prepare, and can hear the wind blow around you, you all keep a sharp eye off, boistered by the inspiring words of Ink.
And
You
that's why we're gonna kick these gnolls in their little asses. Ha!
And as the traps are completed and the farmers are getting ready, knowing an attack are imminent, they gather the weapons that they collected with Sully and prepare and look on as they wait with bated breath. Those of you who are up, and at this point, Delahan, you are rising up on your wyvern and beginning to survey from above. As you take flight, go ahead and roll me a perception check, please.
Crap. I let that. Okay, something weird keeps happening.
Yeah, why does it say GM? How did you become me?
I don't know, but now that I have all the power, everyone gets a level.
Yay!
Finally.
Try it again.
Okay. Okay, no, did it the same thing again. I think I'm still the GM.
That is odd.
Nice.
All right, I'll be you then. I'll roll and I'll figure that out.
I will take that 22. Thank you.
That's so funny.
22. You upon your wyvern, you sail in between the clouds. And it's not as, although maybe cold to others, for you, you were born under a frozen sky. This kind of feels familiar to you as you look down, rime flowing off of the back of your wyvern. As both of you notice lights suddenly ignite in the distance. 4 of them, and they're slowly making their way from the mountains to the west, towards the small town of Summerfield. And with that, we're gonna take a quick break.
So exciting.
So we'll be back with the second half of our session in just a few minutes, so stay tuned, and we'll see you in a little bit.
Bye.
And we are back. Welcome back, everyone. So let's remove the bookmark and continue our tale. So, Dullahan, as you fly high above, unseen, stealthing within the clouds, you do see 4 gnolls carrying torches, making their way through the southern moors towards the poor town of Summerfield. You surmise that they'll probably arrive within the next few minutes, about 10 minutes, but you can easily make your way back there or set up something before, so being on the back of your wyvern.
No, Dullan will head straight back, seeing the numbers. Yeah, he's gonna communicate. Like he's thinking about it. That for the damage that's been done to the town, their numbers means one of 2 things. And I think as he returns, he's going to the circle to Ink, Sully, and Zendaric. There's 4 coming. They're a few moments out. It is Sully, as you had said. They are coming from the south. Their numbers, though, there's only 4. And as a raiding party, last time they were many. So
that doesn't seem right.
These 4 are either a lot tougher or more fierce than anything we've encountered thus far, or the 4 are simply, as I was doing, gathering reconnaissance.
Maybe they underestimate the rest of the townspeople after the attacks last night.
That's a possibility, but surely they would have communicated with each other, having encountered us. Maybe, or maybe word hasn't reached other encampments. But something tells me all is not like what it seems with these 4.
And you say they're just a few minutes out?
Correct.
Should we try and see if they're trying to like rendezvous with lesser troops? Maybe these are commanding numbers, because from what Allure showed me earlier, there were fresh tracks and larger numbers. So, Sully, where do you think the traps? Where do you think we could potentially stay, like right outside your traps? So once they've triggered the first volley, we could then ambush them.
I mean, I think that's definitely possible. The way that I kind of set them up is when they come through this archway here, that archway over there behind us, and this other one over here, they'll hit a tripwire and it'll spring either pitchforks, a swing of a scythe, or some arrows. And after that, while they are stunned from that initial attack, that's when we could strike.
Okay. And from where Sully pointed, like, obviously it's not right next to the town. They're like, these archways were like further down the way. Could we potentially like hide near them? Like, is it feasible?
Yeah, we'll say that closer towards, not the direct entry, as there is no fence, or at least not in the good sense, but further in, there are passageways that they would have to take going down the streets. Those areas, so they have set up several traps around, depending on which direction they're coming from. They look, well, according to Dullahan, they are coming from the west, from where the mountains are, so they might only run into 1 or 2 of these traps. But you can easily hide in the many different areas within 60, 30 feet on top of a building. though it will be precarious as the buildings are falling apart.
Okay. Sully, I don't want to waste your hard effort in your traps, but if they're grouped, should I try and take a explosive shot on them if they're far enough away from us?
You'll only have to apologize to the farmers of this town for potentially ruining some of their equipment. I guess maybe we can help them rebuild and pay off some of the things that gets damaged.
I think that's a great idea. I would support that initiative. Okay. I'll try not to destroy anything. Perhaps instead lock them in their place with some ice. But if they're grouped together, it just might be advantageous to hit them all at once.
I agree.
Okay. And Dullahan, you might feel my presence during the battle. I will plan on aiding you. And I, tap my book. There's a new spell I've been working on.
And he's just gonna shrug his shoulders. Okay.
I just didn't want you to feel accosted, so I figured I'd give you a heads up.
Yeah, he's gonna. I don't. You know what? Never mind. Just do what you have to do.
All right. I'm going to hide up here and go to one of the crumbling roofs and sort of hide from above, and try and get an angle.
Got it. You can easily make your way up, getting a vantage point, able to see a little bit within the. Albeit it's dark, though you have dark vision only so far, out into the savannah. Right, so with Zendaric taking up point near the edge up above, are we anyone else setting up something special as they're heading towards the west, from the west, I should say?
Ink is just waiting on top of the tavern for any of them to get between 60 and 30 feet of them.
Okay. All right.
And Dylan has just summoned his double-bladed scimitar and is standing in front of the tavern, kind of if there's any other farmers out here, it is just a thing of he's just taking a defensive. He's waiting for them to approach and for Zendaric to do what Zendaric is doing.
All right.
I think I'm actually going to trick them. I'm going to kind of post up against the wall on the western side, on the inside of where the trigger line would be for my trap. And I'm going to pretend as if I'm almost the one that's on guard, looking around to make sure there's nothing happening. And when I see them, I'm going to run towards the tavern, kind of pulling them in our direction, either to trigger the trap or to put them right where Zendaric needs them to be.
Alrighty. So
I'm
you're heading.
Use myself as bait. Yeah.
So you're heading more towards the outskirts to catch them before, a little bit beyond the reach of Zendaric and your allies, but hopefully running them into that direction to gather them up.
Yeah.
Zendaric, you're muted.
Oh, thank you so much. Is he more than 200 feet away from me?
I would say that would
100 feet away from me?
Yeah, 100 feet. Still could be within.
That's okay. Yeah, 100 feet or so is good.
Yeah, it's
Maybe
not, it's not very big.
Okay.
The town, so yeah. Spells within range, though. The more powerful or snipery ones.
Before Sully departs, when he says he's gonna go trick them, I sort of like close my eyes, and then I like look towards him and sort of like look past him, and I say, beware the impending night when the ancient terror sits in the shadows. Brace yourselves, for its fangs thirst for starlight, heralding a battle that transcends steel and spell. Only unity and courage will guide us through this impending abyss. And then I'll just like shake it off.
Are you saying this to yourself or out loud?
I say this out loud to him.
Oh.
Thank you.
Take that for what it's worth. And I will go back up to my perch.
Okay.
And see if that pans out how I expect it to.
All right. So, as you all take up your defenses and prepare, Sully, you go a couple hundred feet away from most of the people who are towards the tavern, but still within range of Zendaric. You walk out and hide. Go ahead and roll me a stealth check, or are you trying to be spotted immediately?
I mean, I am like trying to. I'm like nonchalantly like posted up against the wall, maybe even whistling and like looking at my fingernails.
Or go ahead and roll me a.
I want to be caught by them. Kind of.
Noted. Go ahead and roll me a perception check, please.
Perception. 19.
19. I'm gonna go ahead and roll them some stealth checks. Okay. You don't notice it as soon as you would like, but you hear the sounds of crunching ground about 40 or so feet away from you. Perhaps you were looking in the opposite direction or looking at your knife, but you spur up as you see 4 gnolls have already entered in through the town. You hear them talking. Do you speak Draconic?
Yes, I do.
You hear them.
Where? There. Any in there?
You see them looking through the windows.
No. Empty. Continuing forward.
And then they begin walking, going slightly past you because you didn't notice it. As they turn over towards their left, getting about 30 feet away from you, you hear them challenge Draconic.
There! One of them! Go!
As they snap fingers pointing to her, they immediately make their way towards you. And can I have everyone at this moment roll me initiative?
Of course.
Ugh. Alrighty. So, we have going first Sully, who's on the run with a 23, 30 feet away from the gnolls who are chasing you. Zendaric and the gnolls both had a 17, but it's like you're a little bit more dexterous than they are, Zendaric, and you go second. Followed by all 4 of the gnolls, then Dullahan with a 9, and Big Steve / Ink will go at a 3. Alrighty, so within this desolate town, as you kind of are hidden or running through in between buildings in these alleyways, you quickly make your way towards the direction you wish to lead them, and it seems that all 4 of them are on the chase. Actually, you look back, 3 of them are, the other one has continued forward.
Ah, he must be trying to cut me off somehow.
Did any of them trigger the trap yet?
Not yet, but they're about to run. Maybe on their turn, if they continue to chase you, they will. So.
Okay, so then I will just use my turn to continue to run, dashing however far I need to like kind of still stay out of reach.
Mm-hmm.
And are there any like? No, I'll just continue to run for right now.
Yeah. And you're headed towards the tavern?
Correct, yeah.
Got it. But passing by one of the traps along the way.
Yeah, and I like jump over the string line. It shouldn't be too hard for me since I know where it is.
Exactly. No even need to make a run. A roll as you quickly dash going. So if you dash, you're 60 feet?
50 feet.
50 feet. Okay. Oh, that's right. You're a small one. So you go ahead and dash, making your way, getting about 90 feet away from them. Zendark, at this point, you can look down and see Sully weaving his way through, seeming running from something in the distance. As the gnolls, you can hear just off in with your passive perceptions, the heckling of the gnolls as they are following in close pursuit.
I will begin chanting under my breath and preparing to cast a spell. So I'd like to ready an action, and the trigger would be after the trap, after they run through the trap and it like hits them and they're sort of stunned or like shocked. I would like to take that moment to then release my spell at them.
Got it. Noted. Up next, oops, I need to reveal them. Up next are the gnolls. So, the bashful gnoll goes first, as they all take their turn at the same time, though. They're all going to move. You hear them shouting behind you in Draconic Sully,
That one! Get him with the arrow! Shoot him!
as it will take out its spear, or it's not spear, its longbow, and hold it. But as you're weaving and turning through, it has to go 30 feet at least to get within sights. As all three of them run forward, and each of them are going to trip the trap, not knowing that is there. As we'll say shovels and hoes fall down from the side buildings, swinging with a force that can slice them through, because these are still sharp objects. Even though they're used for farming, as you hear them go, "Ah!" and they're all going to take trap damage. This is the improvised, let's say it's 1d6 plus your modifier. So if you don't mind rolling that, Sully.
Okay, so 1d6 plus 3?
Yeah. We'll say they collectively will take this damage.
Well, they take 5 damage.
Alrighty, 5 points of damage. As they stop in their tracks after being hit by this, like, oh, what? As they look around, bewildered. At this point, even though it's still their turn, they still get an action. You could, if you wish to use your, this is a use your reaction.
Yeah, they triggered the trap. Yeah. I'd like to use my reaction and lean over and aim this fireball. I chant out, from Ember's heart a sphere's glow, let fiery wrath play its part, and I'll like throw this like tiny marble ember towards them, and it will, I'm gonna aim it such that it doesn't like hit a building. If I can, like maybe aim it so that way it hits some of the brick, but I would like to try and target all 4 of them in this fireball.
Yeah, you can easily target all of them. You might get some of the, not brick, it's like wood stone.
It's only 20 feet, yeah, but like some of the stone, some of the area, so.
Yeah, you do it as carefully as possible. As please select Bashful Gnoll, Mischievous Gnoll, and Sleepy Gnoll.
Yeah, 3 of them, because the other one is
went around
the other way.
Yeah.
Alrighty. They will make their deck saves.
Looks like we have 3 failures.
That sounds fantastic. Oh, there's too many ones in that one. 24 points of damage, but I'll take it.
Nice. As they were blasted by your infernal fireball, slamming to the ground, they get hit across with a concussion force into the ground and or the surrounding buildings that smolder slightly from your blast. They shake it off, looking up and down, looking up at you. They shatter on Draconic, pointing as you notice they had now noticed your presence. They will go ahead and they still get an action and will stop aiming at Sully, will instead aim towards you.
Yeah, I should have figured that.
As Bashful, Mischievous, and Sleepy will whip out their bows and take some attacks. It is within range of you since they moved, so they will be not at disadvantage. So, the first attack from Bashful No is an 8.
That's a miss.
The second attack from the Mischievous No. That's an 11.
That's also a miss.
And the third attack from the Sleepy No. Natural 20.
Of course it is.
The Sleepy No kind of wakes up slightly, and like doesn't even actually aim, just kind of stumbles, and the arrow pierces you right into your shoulder, doing.
I secreted that. I felt it. I was like, watch this one crit.
5 points of damage.
Oh, thank goodness.
Bolstered by Ink's inspiring words, you do not take any damage to you directly.
I appreciate that, but I don't want to be a cheater. Shouldn't it be 2d8 because of the crit?
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. I don't know why I didn't do that. Good call. Let me roll one more d8.
I still appreciate. Hopefully it's 3 or less so it doesn't go over.
3!
Okay. Yes, so Ink's inspiring words were enough to stave it off, so it didn't actually pierce me, and I just sort of bash it away off of my, pull it out of my robes, and the mage armor take most of the brunt, so.
Very nice. Good call. Thank you. Okay. So, but that was their action. They stand up and, well, they kind of shake it off and ready themselves, but they will stop moving there, as up next will be the Smelly No, who is going to do some movement and attempt to get closer to you all. As you, actually the Smelly No is going to take an action and dash through, coming up from around the way, and will trip the second trap by Sully. This will be by arrows. So I'm going to go ahead and, since they tripped the trap, actually I should have rolled to see if the, so if you don't mind just doing a range attack against Smelly No, I should actually roll to hit and say, instead of saying it automatically hits.
I can totally do that. Stupid Smelly No.
Roll your damage that you would for like your normal crossbow, short bow.
Would I get sneak attack on this surprise trap?
No.
Yeah, I tried.
5 points of damage as
Oh
you
my
hear.
gosh, I cannot do more than 5 points of damage today. This is not fun.
You hear as the knoll will continue making its way. All right, so that is a Smelly Knoll. So up next is Dullahan. Dullahan, you heard the explosion. You can't quite see any knolls from your vantage point, but you do see them. That there's activity making its way.
I think hearing the commotion and seeing Zendaric's fireball kind of shoot overhead, Dolan is going to immediately chase that. He's going to try and just, as it kind of explodes, hits the ground, smashes into the nose, he is heading in that direction. So he's going to use his full movement of 30 feet.
Are you jumping off the building?
Oh, I didn't. I'm.
Oh.
I was on the
ground. Got it.
Yeah. I'm not that type of ASMR, so I am land-based. Yeah, he's just gonna move the 30 feet. Are they, from this point of view, can I see even the smelly knoll if he dashed?
Yes, the smelly knoll you can
Okay.
see. You can't see the other three, but you can see the smelly knoll around the corner as you see it making its way with arrows in its body.
Okay.
And you can
on
smell it.
that. Delightful. Big Steve, what are you doing here? I think then I might take the dash action just to use another 30 feet to get on top of him, and kind of hold him here.
Okay, so you get face to face with the smelly knoll. The stench is putrid inside of your nose as it and begins talking to you in Draconic. Do you understand Draconic?
No, I don't.
As it has a blade in its hand. Alrighty.
Action surge.
Ooh, yes.
And like literally as the knoll kind of espouts whatever he was espouting, it is just that thing of his double-bladed scimitar, both hands, just letting the words kind of wash over him. Heard it already before, buddy, and just lunge at him with the double-bladed scimitars for. Yeah, because I didn't use my. Is action surge your bonus action?
No, you just get to use it for free, and then.
Okay,
Yeah.
goody. Then I will use my bonus action and my action surge to take 3 attacks on this guy.
Go ahead and make them attacks. And make sure to target smelly knoll in the combat tracker. Control left click it. There you are.
Got it. Okay. Phew. And then where's the action? There we go. Okay. Ugh.
Ooh, 9 misses. It blocks the one with this blade.
18.
18 hits. Roll damage.
Oh, sorry.
Ooh.
I do not know what the hell happened there. There's the damage roll for 8.
Nice. It gets slashed. Ah! Screaming in pain after you carve through its shoulder. You still have one more attack.
Yes. For a 16 hit.
16 hits. Roll damage.
Well, they just flew everywhere. I do not. This keeps happening. Okay, there we go. And another 8.
Another 8 points of damage. Nice. This smelly knoll is not looking good after you take a cleave and a slash and carve through it. And you stave off the stench and damage this beast. Anything else you wish to do?
No, he's just going to, he's going to unlock the double-bladed scimitar so he has one in each hand and just kind of make himself as wide as possible with the blades so that if he does try and dash past, he's going to regret it.
Alrighty. Up next, we have Big Steve and Ink.
Yeah. Here I go. Okay. How many feet away are the trio, the Bashful, the Mischievous, and the Sleepy? What are they?
They didn't get to move much, so they're probably about 100 feet away. The other one that where you can hear, and you can, I wouldn't say be because they were behind buildings. Though if you get closer, you could probably get the one that Dullahan is attacking the smelly knoll. I would say, Noah, from your vantage point, you can range attack the smelly knoll. You can see it from up there.
Okay, cool.
It's about 60 feet away from you.
Yeah, cool. Amazing. 60 feet? That is doable. That is great stuff for me. Perfect. All right, I am going to take a peek at that smelly knoll from on top of the tavern roof. And I'm gonna cast Sacred Flame at them.
All right, go ahead and target smelly knoll.
That's Alt left.
Alt left click, yep, on the name.
Hello? Did I do it?
Try one more time. And are you in the combat tracker?
Yes.
Oh, okay, perfect. Yeah. I'm sorry, I said Alt. I'm sorry. Control left click. My mistake.
Control.
Yes. I'm sorry.
Okay, cool. Now have I targeted them?
Yes.
Cool. I love that. I love that for me.
Oh, you
All right,
untargeted
we're-
him. One more time.
Oh boy, howdy. Good job.
Now you're good.
Good job, dude. All right, here we go. I cast it. The smelly knoll.
It fails with a 6.
They fail. So they take. Oh, they should be taking 2d8 radiant damage, but my damage only says 1d8, so I'm just gonna do it.
Yeah, roll it twice.
Boom.
Yeah.
Just 3 little points of radiant damage. It's fine. It's like singed or whatever, I
You're
guess.
so good.
I'm
So
so good at this. Congrats to me. Yeah, so go ahead and take that radiant damage, little guy.
All right.
My regards.
You hear it yell like ah as the flames of as the spiritual flames rise up against it. You see it ignite slightly, Dullahan, in front of you. Alrighty. Anything else you wish to do? You still have your bonus and your movement if you wish to somehow get off of the building, or you can stay
Nope,
here.
I'm totally good staying on the roof. Do I have any cool bonus actions? Nah, I'm good. I don't need to use my bonus actions yet. We're doing all right. Let's hang on to them. Yeah, Ink's good.
Alrighty. Awesome. So, up next, Big Steve. What would you like Big Steve to do? Big Steve is next to the farmers on the bottom, and all the farmers have their pitchforks ready. They're here! Get ready, everyone! As they prepare, what would you like him to do?
Big Steve howls, and it's a howl of "We can do this." Inspiring, trying to take a page out of my book and be inspiring. But I think Big Steve only has like bite attack, so we're just gonna hold until something worth biting comes along.
Got it. Alrighty then. So,
There's a lot of waiting. Like, we gotta get closer. Let's get him.
nice. Alright. So we go to top of the round. Sully. Look behind you and you see about 60 feet behind you, they have been blasted, though they're still alive. And you can turn the corner and you can see that probably another 30 feet from there is the actual tavern inn where everyone is located. What do you wish to do?
Okay, so I am 30 feet from the tavern itself.
Yeah.
I think I want to like keep that distance, because I'd rather them not get to the people,
Mm-hmm.
And so I guess I'm gonna like kind of circle back, and like the bashful knoll is like the one that's closest to me, I'm guessing.
Yeah, I mean they're all like equidistant-ish, but we could say the
Yeah.
natural is.
Okay, so then I am going to. And where's Dullahan?
Dullahan is, you don't know. He's technically on the other side, wherever this side, like one of the other archways from the entryways.
And I don't smell that knoll.
Roll me a perception check really quick.
Oh my gosh, this is so silly.
Let's see. I mean, you know what? Yeah. Yeah, you.
17 on my nose.
Yeah, you kind of can get the general. You like a stench in the air. You kind of look on over towards your right and know that there's something over there. It smells like a smelly knoll.
Okay. Knowing that, I think I still am gonna go back towards where the gnolls that were following me are, and I'm going to send a mental message to Zendarek. I'm not gonna mess up one of your spells if I go and attack them, will I?
Can I respond?
Yeah.
No, go ahead. I'll aid you.
All right, then I go forward and I decide to attack the first gnoll I see with a dagger.
All right, go ahead and make your attack against the Batful, Mischievous, or Sleepy.
Okay.
They all equally hurt.
Excellent. That's a 18.
Which hits. Roll damage.
Okay. Fair enough.
4 points of damage as you slash into the knoll.
And I will make a second attack.
Alrighty.
I'm using my psychic blades. I think there should have been more damage on that. I might have messed that up because it's been a minute. Yeah, I'll just roll the damage like I would normally as long as I hit.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Definitely hit.
Yes, 25 hits. Roll damage.
That's what I was looking for.
Very nice. And you obliterate the Batful Knoll as it gets carved through with your psychic blades being pushed aside and falling slump.
Excellent. Did it take all of my movement to get up there? Or to go back to them?
Yes.
Okay, that's fine. I'm still like within eyesight of the mischievous and sleeping old then.
Mm-hmm.
And I end my turn.
Alrighty then. Up next, Zendarik.
I would like to try and position myself so that way I am able to see Dullahan and also be near Sully. Can I get in the middle?
Position yourself. Oh, to see both of them?
Yeah.
Say from where you are. Yeah, you are, because you are not on the same building. You're a little bit ahead. So yeah, you can kind of look on over and maneuver yourself.
I could also get on Allure and fly and sort of hover if that's makes sense too, because she was sort of with me.
Yeah, that you
Okay.
can totally do that if you want to as well.
I just want to make sure that like I can be an eyesight of both of them.
Yeah, so you can jump off, use your movement to hop up on a lure who will catch you, lifting you up as you are able to
like-
now see them both.
And I like tell her to like stay like in this area so that way we can aid our allies. And I shout out the message. It wasn't meant for you, and I will instead look at Sully and say, "Time's fickle and it stretches for me." And with that, I will like pull space apart and like snap it back, and it will like wobble. And Sully, you feel this energy, and haste is cast upon you.
Oh shit. Okay.
Funny thing being a prophet. Sometimes you think it's for one person, it's really for another. It's weird how that works out.
Sometimes it's like that.
Sometimes it's like that. So you feel this like energizing, like arcana like flow through you, and with that you have an additional an 8-2 AC, advantage on deck saves, and a hasted action. So since you're near two of them, I felt it would be most appropriate for you to take them out.
Yeah. Wow.
That's my action. I don't have a bonus right now, and I'm sort of moved to get in position, so I'll end my turn.
Okay, so Sully, you feel invigorated as the spell heightens your adrenaline. Everything becomes sharper. Your movements become slicker, and you're able to quickly dash and dodge in between your enemies and attack with a frenzy. Alrighty. Up next, and good thing, because that mischievous Knoll did not like the attacks that came upon its ally, and will go ahead and drop his longbow and just lunge at you with a biting attack.
I accept that. That is my fate.
11 versus your AC.
Misses.
It misses, chomps down, and you quickly dodge back as the sleepy gnoll, who was lucky enough to pinpoint in dark, is gonna try to go ahead and give you a nice little stab with its spear as it shakes its head. (22) versus your AC. This sleepy gnoll is
That
on it.
one does hit.
Alrighty, doing, and it was using 2 hands. Doing
Wait a second.
8 points of damage, negating it by the words of Ink prior.
I'm going to use my uncanny dodge to use my reaction to half that damage.
Ooh. So you get back 4 temporary hit points.
Ink
Nice.
spent 10 minutes giving me those hit points. I'm going to hold on to them as long as I can.
Very nice. Up next is the smelly gnoll. Dusting off its singed fur, it will then go ahead and take its weapon and make a slash with, or a stab with, against Dullahan. (13) versus your AC.
Nope. It's up to you, no.
You are easily able to deflect the blade as the gnoll looks upset and perturbed. So, that was the gnoll's turn. How do you respond to the smelly gnoll's actions, Dullahan?
I think as it takes a swipe, just with one hand to kind of like, with one of the blades just kind of slap the hand, and then immediately jab, and he's gonna go for 3 attacks again on the smelly gnoll.
Can I also, sorry, I'd like to interject, and I would like to utter out, only unity and courage will guide us through this impending abyss, and use my glance into the future, where I will remind you that I rolled a natural 20, so I will give that to Dullahan, and one of his attacks will be a nat 20.
So you,
Take that. Yeah, that'll be that. Thank you.
so you can hold down the Alt button and roll the damage after you target, because a prophecy has been foretold, as if the wind shift and pushing you, aiding you, some unseen force guides your blade as you strike down your first attack straight across the gnoll's chest. As just roll damage holding the Alt button, please.
Okay. 1, 2.
What? Oh.
Yeah, that did that.
That did it correctly, or did not?
I'm not sure because I'm on Mac, so Mac's the
Oh.
option key.
Then yeah, so it may not be the key that I thought. That's okay. You can go ahead and roll those d4s one more time, and I'll add that to the damage.
Was that without the +3 though, right?
Yeah, without the +3, just straight 2d4.
Okay. Crap.
Mac users.
Just-
For in the future, in the top right, you can also click, there's like a little ± button called modifiers, and that lets you manually turn on the...
Yes.
Oh, okay. That was it. So it's 12 slashing damage on
12. Smelly gnoll. Alright, and you cleave through the smelly gnoll as it exceeds its maximum HP, and it falls down on your first attack.
Then I think just gonna move further down this path towards the rest of the gnolls then.
Okay. Alright, it'll take you about 60 feet of movement to reach the rest of the gnolls where they currently are. So you can use your first 30 to get there. Now you can see them from a distance as they are currently flanking, well not flanking, but attacking your ally and your circle member, Sully.
Okay. Would we say the first attack was my bonus action?
You could say that. I'll allow it.
Because if that's the way, I think I'm still... Yeah, I think then he is going to cast Toll the Dead on the sleepy looking gnoll.
Okay, go ahead and target the sleepy gnoll, the one that's been really hitting despite its aloofness, and roll that save. And there should be a save button there.
Oh yeah, sorry, I hadn't scrolled down because I'm dumb.
And with a 2, it fails.
And then the damage is... Okay, so it's supposed to be 2d8. It's saying 1d8.
Oh, yes.
I put a picture in Discord on how to update it.
Yeah, we can update that, but for now, go
Or
ahead
just
and
click
just
it
roll it
twice.
twice. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you can hold it, right click, and it will, at least I think so on a Mac, right click should double the die.
I'll just roll it twice.
Okay.
Stupid math. 7 necrotic damage.
7 points of necrotic damage. Does it increase or do anything more if they've already taken damage?
I think it
Oh, they
does.
should have been D12s, not
D12s.
D8s.
D12s. Okay.
Yeah, so let me go ahead. So just roll 2 D12s and I'll do the math,
Okay.
since they've already taken some of that damage.
Good, because that was a 7 on the first D12. Oh, 14 instead.
Oh, 14. Okay, well, that will still be enough to kill it regardless. So, yes, it hears the sounds of the bells. Actually, how about, because this is a new spell that we've seen you use, I believe, why don't you describe your killing blow?
I think it's he fixates on the sleepy-looking gnoll, and in his village, on the passing of a member of the village, the temple bells go quiet except for one bell, and it's known as the morning bell, and it has a very, very specific sound because the bell itself is broken. So when it's struck, the resonation, the vibrations sound off-key, and Dullan has that kind of memorized. Just kind of fixating on it, he draws up on that magic, and that sound kind of begins to grow in the gnoll's ears. He and only he hears it, and there's just a trickle of blood out his ears as the bell ringing gets louder and louder, and then there's just silence as he dies.
Nice. And he dies, he does, as that noise makes him fall down, the blood pooling out. And Sully, you just see all this damage being inflicted internally on the gnoll as it's like, and it falls to the ground, dead.
Good one, Dullahan.
One gnoll remains. Does that end your turn, Dullahan?
Yeah, that's everything that Dullan can do, and he just, with the spell, the magic kind of fading, he just gestures to Sully at the last one, and holds his 2 blades ready.
Nice. Ink, you're up.
What do I want to do?
I will say that this gnoll is out of your vision, though you could do some acrobatics if you want to, or athletics to hop over from building to building, get closer.
So they're not within 60 feet.
Correct.
Okay. Okay. Here's what I'm doing. Instead, where is it? Is there a range on my battle hymns? I don't know. There isn't. Can I just do them, right?
Yeah, you just start them and it continues from there.
Amazing. Since we can't do anything to the gnolls, Ink is going to grab their... What instrument does Ink play? I'm so good at this. We can't. After a week, my brain just melts all the time. It's like, what do we do? What do I play? A lute. Yeah, it's a lute. I play a lute. Ink plays a lute. Ink starts playing the lute. Who's close to the mischievous knoll? Ish.
Sully.
Kind of? Yeah, cool. So, Ink is gonna start playing this like rousing refrain on their lute, and then singing this song of an incredible being who transcended all obstacles and became an incredible warrior. And I am going to use my Call to Arms battle hymn for Sully, which will give you additional weapon damage on a weapon attack. So if you use like a knife or anything, yeah, and if you make an attack on your next turn and miss, I can keep this hymn going without expending a bardic inspiration. And also, now that I'm level 5, I don't have to concentrate it on anymore. So you just do that. Congrats for you. That's for, you know what? That's for holding my little inspiration so sacred that you like protected it. Like, I protect my hit points. Now you get extra weapon attack.
Yeah. This is gonna be exciting.
Yeah.
Nice. So when if you hit, just it's as if you're rolling crit, you get another weapon damage added to it.
Double damage, baby.
Oh man. And Dullahan is standing next to me now.
No, he's still a distance away, about 30 feet. Damn. I know. Alrighty. So after playing this, whipping out your lute and playing the song, you all can hear the sounds of Ink's melody. But specifically, Sully, you feel invigorated. So you are hyped up, jamming out, and just fully inspired by your allies as you face off against one final knoll.
This is excellent.
Alrighty. So, top of the. Anything else you wish to do, Ink? You have your bonus.
No. I'm nervous, so I'm a holding on the things. I'm gonna wait and see what happens.
Yeah. Oh, actually, no. You still. So to activate a battle hymn is just once at the start of your turn. You still have an action and a bonus if you want to do something else.
Shit. Okay. I love that for me. That's so cool. I thought my battle hymns were just full on actions. I'm learning so much about the rules of this game.
I mean, there's new rules from Advanced 5e tools, and it's fantastic.
It's super cool. I love having actual mechanical songs that do things.
Yes.
You know, it's really neat. Where it's like, no, this is a song that you do, and it does this.
I will say this, because I'm one thing we don't want to. The creature has to be within 30 feet. I see that now under the audience, the target. So you can use your action to make your way close enough to get there.
I don't want to get off the roof, though. I'm scared. I don't want to get off the roof. I know you, Tail Weaver. I'm staying put.
So yes, that is. But we could say that you've, just for the sake of learning the ability, we say maybe you can use an action to empower it instead for this one time, reaching the ears of Sully.
Yeah, okay. Let's send it, because until these gnolls get close, there's not much I can do.
Yeah, we'll say use your action to really play the lute hard so the sound can travel, just getting at the edge where Sully can hear these tones and be invigorated. Love it.
Yeah, the rule of cool.
Of course, we stand rule of cool here.
Yeah. For Sully.
Alrighty.
It's nice to buff people also.
I feel so buff right now, so this is amazing.
It's really just like giving everybody
more
support.
like swoley.
Swoley.
No. I'll see myself out.
Zindar thick.
Oh.
And
these fan fictions are writing themselves.
Yeah,
everyone.
it's true.
Oh, right. That's opened a whole new door for me.
Yeah. I guess Swolahan as well. So
Swolahan.
Yeah.
Alrighty. So Sully, now empowered tenfold, you just have this one mischievous gnome that moves its blade left and right, ready to stab at you. How do you proceed?
Oh, well, I am definitely going to start slashing at it with my psychic blades. So let me just make sure I did that. Cool. And I start attacking this thing. Do I have... So with the haste, I want to make sure... Is it going to automatically...
Yeah.
You don't get extra damage. You get
No.
you get an extra attack.
I just get an extra attack. Okay.
And your AC has
Beautiful. Okay, I was just making sure I didn't have advantage on attacks.
Oh,
I
no.
think it's like advantage on saves.
on
You
deck
get
saves.
on deck saves. Yeah.
Got it. Okay, perfect. First attack. 23.
That hits, and if you want to use that extra damage, so make sure you just roll your normal weapon damage after this.
Okay.
Because technically, if you crit it, you're going to double your psychic damage too. Does not even matter.
Didn't even matter.
Go ahead and roll all your attacks if you want. You're just slashing at this dead body. All right. So, if you don't mind, describe your killing blow.
Well, I see this mischievous gnoll after, seconds ago dispatching one of its cohorts. And I see that it's ready to make a move on me if I don't go first. So I take a psychic blade fresh in my hand and kind of punch up, dragging the blade across, slicing this gnoll across its chest up through its neck as it falls to the ground. Dead.
Very nice. And as you flurry your blade slicing across the neck, the nose like, as it falls down, just trying to grasp onto any bit of life that it can. But the color in its eyes fades away, and it falls to the ground limp, like the rest of its brethren before it. All right. So, the battle has concluded, and not having to do anything, but still standing there, Big Steve on their side, the farmers and other townspeople look on. Is that it? Is that it? We won! We won, everyone! We won! And everyone starts cheering and celebrating after realizing that all of the gnolls that had entered the town have been dispatched.
Are we sure that was all of them? Dullahan, I know you only saw 4, but I don't have a good feeling about this.
As I said, I only saw 4, and I had assumed on the numbers these would have been capable if they only sent 4. This feels too easy.
Oh, that is my thought exactly, Dullahan.
Perhaps it's because of what we said earlier. They ravaged this town and know that there's nothing left.
There are still people. They were taking people. They would need more than 4 if they were going to take the rest of the village.
Walking out, you hear the door open up as you all are meeting back together in the town's at the inn. As Evelyn goes, is that it? Are we safe? Did you do it?
Evelyn, I suggest that we hold for a little bit longer. There's something very suspicious about the smallness of this particular attack. So let's not, as the elders say, jump the cannon.
Yes, let us wait until at least the dawn of the next day.
Do cannons exist
They
here?
do.
Because I was like, I don't think we have guns. So.
No, they're guns, but they're not like gun. They're like flint, you know, like the normal revolver guns.
Oh, cool. So, but I stick with jump the cannon.
Of course.
Getting too excited, getting on the cannon.
I agree. Last time their numbers were in the 20s or more, even for our small village. Maybe you're right. Maybe they got scared or they underestimated us. They didn't know we had capable spellbinders from the Fractal Centaurum on our side. Thank you.
It is.
I'm going to.
all in a day's work, I guess. Ink is like still looking around, like waiting for like for the shoe to frickin' drop.
Can Dylan call Ire with a view to, again, going out to look to see, because it doesn't sit right at all, especially now after what Evelyn has said as well, that they attacked in their 20s or more, so...
I would like to also do that, if possible.
Someone Pelumbra?
Pelumbra, yeah.
Okay. Also, all of you something wyverns, or are you staying ink?
I'm gonna let Sonata continue sort of circling above and sort of continuing to like be beautiful and vaguely threatening.
Guy?
Yeah, I'm going to join as well. I have pretty good vision at night, and I think we should quickly fan out 3 sets of eyes, or 6 or better.
Yeah.
Just a quick,
A little breeze around.
Yeah.
Quick little survey.
All right. So 3 of you hop upon your wyverns as they all appear, but Allura already was there, so you continue to fly up Zendark as through shadows and ice. The 2 of your wyverns, Sully and Dullahan, appear. You mount them, flying up high in the sky. As you get a high vantage point, go ahead and roll me perception checks, please, the 3 of you.
I would like to guide myself.
Certainly. There's some good rolls. Almost.
Almost.
Well,
You still got that one roll if you want to use it, that free roll, given to you by Calorin earlier.
oh, we do need to use that before the end of the session.
Should I just use it?
I think.
Yeah.
I think it's important at this point that we see what's up.
Okay.
See, much better.
So 25.
25. Nice. So 3 of you make your way high up and begin peering over, trying your best to see in the dark around you. You can barely make out landmarks, but you can see the shadows of the mountains behind you as you do a 360 and fan out. As you turn and shoot through the clouds, you all quickly turn and see a huge plume of smoke rise up from the east. As you look closer, with all of your high perception checks, something's aflame at Roncalli. And something to make a huge plume like that, something big is burning. Something's happening over at the town where Eliana, Aldrich, and the rest that you have met are currently staying, and where you are not a watch. And as you look on over and see in horror the burning in the distance, the only little bit of light that illuminates the Mystic Moors, we will end tonight's session.
Damn it! Oh man, I was just about to.
No.
I was just
Grab
about to
How that
ask.
feels. That
I
feels
was
terrible.
like, I was like, how long is it gonna take us to fly there right now?
Oh, it's, it's going to take
Like
you some
5
hours.
hours,
to
6
get there.
hours.
Ugh,
Not even that much. More like
fuck.
3-4 hours if you're like beaming it. But then you'll be pushing exhaustion. Actually, you will be exhausted by then if you do that. But we'll find out your decisions next time because
Oh, my
that
Lanta.
is
Oh.
a wrap.
There it is. There's hey.
There's the other
Like
shoe.
that.
That other shoe?
Yeah.
There it was. Found it.
There it was.
Found
Oh,
it. Yep.
Underneath the couch. Found it.
Thank you so much, everyone, for coming. Thank you so much, everyone, watching. Quite the session that we've had, and more things to come. But of course, like I said, we're not meeting next week, so please catch us when we meet back the week afterwards. But as we love to do at the end of all these sessions, we would like to do our social stars and wishes, where we give our social accounts, give who gave us the ooh-ah-ahs, the life, the everything that we wanted, as well as what we wish to see to happen in the future sessions. So I'm gonna start off with Zendaric this time. Let's get your social stars and wishes, Travis.
All right, so you can find me, Zendaric, at bluesky.social.bluesky, whatever it is.
Did you just give a shout out to the Blue Sky account at Blue
Yeah.
Sky?
Yeah, whatever, Zendaric.bluesky.whatever.
His name is Tom.
Tom, yeah.
Tom
and
from Facebook.
you can find me, OMG, it's Travi, on Twitter, /X, whatever it is, for the time being. And here at A Tale D20s, thank you. I will like to give my star to... there's a few good moments today. I'm gonna give it to Declan. I feel like there was lots of good planning, a lot of good... He sort of ran with my weird vibes, and then I was trying to set up this cool thing, and then it worked better for Zeki, so whatever. I felt like that was funny. So I'll give him my star, and my wish for next time is to, I guess just go into the mountain and go fight them in their home. I want to go sit on there. I want to go infiltrate their home and wait for them to return and be Goldilocks in their home, you know what I mean? When the bears return, I'm gonna
Eating all their porridge.
Eating all their porridge. Something better. Think of a better example and use that in your mind. What?
Drinking all their champagne.
Drinking all their
Nobles are
champagne.
famous for champagne.
Yeah, drinking all their champagne, sitting on their pile of hoard, waiting for them, being yeah, that's what I want. Okay, done.
Awesome. Well, we'll see. Sully, Zeki, what is your social stars and wishes?
You can find me anywhere on the internet at Zegtown. Whatever the social media is, that's where you'll find me. And then my star for this episode will have to be Zendaric for having that riveting conversation with the old farmer who was just more stubborn than the gods themselves. I thought that was an amazing RP moment, and kind of, made the world feel alive in the fact that we're not just going battle to battle to battle, and really interacting with someone who Omar probably did not prep to deal with today. So I thought that was fun. Kept Omar on his toes. And my wish is, I am so torn whether I want to wish to find out what happened with our friends at that first town, or whether or not we should just go into the mountain and mess some things up. So one of those two. We're gonna see.
Awesome. I'm curious to know what you guys decide to do next as well. We'll have to see. And yes, keeping me on my freaking toes. But I did have him. I did have his name. I was he's an NPC. That's fine. But awesome. Keeps me young. All right. And Rachel, Inc. Social stars and wishes, if you don't mind.
Yes, please. Consider following me on all of the socials under the handle I am Rachel Quirky. I'm on Threads. I'm on Blue Sky. I'm on Twitter. I'm on Instagram. I'm especially on Instagram. That's the best place for me. And chat. If any of you are in the New York City area, you can find the burlesque dancer I manage, Charles Stunning, performing at the Delancey this Thursday, I believe at 9 p.m. If you want to follow the burlesque wrestler that I manage, you can follow them at Charles Stunning, if you wish. Only if you want to. They're pretty rad. I like them to bits. And for my star, I'm gonna also give it to Travis for Zendaric's absolute inability to be polite to these yokels. It was awesome. Just like, it looks like it's really bad here. Like, Ink's just, like, you can't just tell people their house sucks. What are you doing?
He's like a straight noble.
So,
like,
it's so good. It's like, it seems that your village smells strongly of horse manure. You just can't, buddy. It ruled. It ruled. That like gave me the ooh-ahs. Where you're just like,
down on your luck, it seems.
it looks like everything sucks for you. Just rule.
Sucks to suck over here.
Just sucks to suck over here. Just like, just made my whole day.
Thank you.
I love Zendark so much.
Thank you.
just the whole like path, and then being like, why didn't this one go? What is happening? I just did this one. What is going? I love Zendark so much. So stars to Zen for that. And my wish is figuring out what the hell like, I get that we know that Tiamat's resurrection is what these gnolls want, but I just want us to figure out like why this area, you know, like what about these 3 villages are so important to these gnolls, you know, like what is it, what are we doing, gnolls? That's what I want to know. I just really want to get to the bottom of why of all the places it's here, I guess.
Awesome. I want you to get to the bottom of it too.
So bad. I just gotta know. Yeah,
Yes.
the more we keep dealing with these gnolls, the more I have questions. So I would like some answers.
I am very excited for you to figure that out too. That's why I'm excited to see what you guys do. All right, but awesome. So that's 2 from Dark. And last but certainly not least, Declan, who plays Dullahan of the Frozen Sky. Social Stars and Wishes.
My socials are pretty much bleh. I don't do much on the old socials. You can follow me at Dover Queen over on X. But for most of my work, you'll find it at D8 Dungeon on literally all social media platforms. I've got... Yeah, so my star, I'm also giving it to Travis, but not for the old man. Like, that was good and I really enjoyed it, but I'm giving it for those kick-ass freaking incantations. Like, nothing gets me a flutter than a caster who actually writes and says their spells. So,
Oh, thank you.
No, I love it.
I love it. I hope that people aren't like annoyed by it, but I love being all flowery. Omar knows. I'm all about it.
No, love it. I love, big love
Thank
it.
you.
We'll be stealing it for an NPC in one of my games. At some
Oh,
point,
please.
so
Yeah.
Trust. Wishes. I have 2, but like one's like a jokey one. The first is I wish that Roncalli was just having some sort of like celebratory light show. That like they're just maybe someone accidentally knocked the torch into the box of fireworks and it all went off in one go. We could just be jumping, you know, in paranoia to conclusions, and maybe Omar just wanted us to have a fireworks show and like a good job, you defeated the gnolls. But my real wish is that we take the fight to the gnolls. I'm tired of playing catch up to them. I think we should take the fight to them big time. So that's my wish. Screw those gnolls. God, kick some ass.
Awesome. Ooh. I can feel a lot of things
Tired
coming.
of the ketchup. I want some mustard. Let's go get them.
Noted.
I
Maybe some
relish
balsamic
being able to
alcohol.
take down these gnolls.
All right, your turn, Trav. What's your condiment joke?
Um,
On the spot.
These gnolls are gonna cry when we're done slicing them up like onions. Oh, I tried so hard.
Maybe next time you'll be a little bit better about that one.
Well, by my count, that is 3 votes for Zendark. So, you received the star. You already have one, so this is your second one. So I'll click that for you. Remember, you cannot get any more.
I just, for the record, again, just stating it, I have to have one banked to activate my prophecy destiny power. If I don't have an inspiration active and I die. So now I actually have one to use, is how I look at it.
Fair enough. Remember, you can use that to change any roll that happens, even if it's outside of Zendaric's vision. So you can unpack the story by having them roll at advantage, or an NPC rolling or enemy at disadvantage. So, with that being said, I believe that is a wrap. Once again, thank you so much. I had an amazing time. Thank you to Dark Fantasy Studios. Music has been provided by them that you hear, as well as A Tale of D20's original soundtrack. That being said, thank you so much. From the first chapter to the last page, be kind to one another, spread love, and we will see you next time. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye.